Alright, so in this section, let's talk about Linux environment variable, including what they are and why we use them, how to set environment variables, the different types and ways to set them, and what their scope is. So let's start with a simple definition of what are environment variables. So it allows you to store data in memory that can be easily accessed by any program or a script running from the shell. Let's say your application need Java to run. Instead of guessing where the Java is installed or present, we can simply set Java home as the environment variable. So whenever you execute or run that application, it can look it up from there. It also stores information about the shell session and the working environment. Now let's see how we can check the environment variables that are already set. You can either use the print env command or simply the env command. Both will give you the same result. Here is my Linux terminal. I will use env, which is simple. It shows me the list of environment variables that are already set. For example, shell shows the path of the current shell like bin bash. Host name tells you the name of the system. Home variable points to the user home directory. User variable which shows the username of the logged in user, etc. And all these variables together create the environment in which your shell and application run. Now, if you want to check a specific environment variable, you can do that too. Simply use print env and the name of your variable, or you can use echo $sign in front of your variable. Example, print env. Let's say I need to check the home variable, home. So it gives me the result, or I can use either echo $home. Okay, so like this, the same result. Or I can also use echo $user. Okay. Now let's talk about the types of environment variables. So there are mainly two types, local variables and the global variables. Let's first cover the local one. So what are local variables? These are only available in the current shell session, and if you close the terminal or open a new one, they won't be there. So you can also call it as a temporary variable or temporary environment variable, which you can use it for the testing purpose, etc. So how we can create those? So simply use export command and then the name of your variable equal to and the value. Let's try this. Export. Okay, let's say the name of my variable is my_var and equal to your value. So your value, if it is a single word, you can directly provide like this. If it is a multi-word, you can use the quotation as well. So I will use quotation in this case, my var equal to hello, and that's it. How we can check if it is created successfully as a environment variable? I can simply use print env and the name of my variable my_var. It gives me the result hello. This means our environment variable has been created. I can also check using this env command. So here is our environment variable which has been added. For the local variables, if you close the terminal or open a new one, they won't be there. So let's try this as well. So for the same server and same user, I will open a new terminal. I will click on the duplicate, login as Paul, provide the password. All right. Okay. So it's again the same terminal, right? So I can open the side by side. So if I try to check my environment variable in this new terminal, print env my var, there is no result. Okay. And if I check on this one, print env my var, so I am getting the result. This shows that how local variable created and its scope, which is only visible and available to this current shell. So once your testing has been done and you don't need and want this variable anymore, you can simply unset it using the unset command. Simply use unset, okay, and then the name of your variable like my_var. That's it. And if I again try to check using the print env, I am not getting any result, means this variable has been deleted. Now let's cover for a user, how can we set the environment variable permanently so that whenever you log in into the server with your username, environment variable will be available for you to use. For this, we will set the environment variable inside the file named profile in case of the Ubuntu, or bash_profile. Actually, both the file are the hidden files and it is start with dot. So the file name should be .profile or .bash_profile in case of the Fedora, CentOS or Red Hat. Okay, so you just need to edit these files and add your entries for your environment variables like this in this format: export and variable equal to value. Let's do this. So I am currently inside my home directory. So these files are present in your home directory. So home Paul. Okay. If I do simply do ls-la, I can see .bash_profile. So this is the file we are going to use or edit. Okay. So if you are already inside your home directory, you can simply use vi and .bash_profile. Or if you are trying to edit it from any other location, so you can use this tilde sign, which means the home directory, and inside that bash_profile. You can also see a comment, user in specific environment. So below this comment, we can start editing and add our environment variable. Let's say export myvar equal to permanent environment variable, or let's say value, like this, and simply escape :wq to save the file. That's it. If I check, using print env myvar, it gives me no result. If I even try echo and $myvar, it gives me no result. Surprising, right? Why? Okay, if I try to open a new terminal and log in, so I will open a duplicate terminal. Okay, so this is my new terminal. Okay, if I try to do echo and $myvar, it gives me the value of my environment variable, permanent environment value. Okay, but why it is not visible in my current shell? Because in your current shell, to apply these variables immediately, you have to use the source command also. Okay, so this is the extra step in case of your current shell. So let's try this. Simply use source and your bash, the name of your bash profile. So simply tilde bash profile. So it actually load those value in your current shell, and if I now try echo myvar, it gives me the result of the environment variable. Okay, so one important point regarding this approach as well. So we have just seen that even if we are opening a new terminal or logging into a new terminal, we can see this environment variable. And additionally, even if you reboot the server, this environment variable will be available. Now, if we talk about the bash profile, on this server, each user has its own bash profile file. Okay, so if you have made change in bash profile of your user, means Paul user, that means other user can't see this environment variable. So this is very safe and only specific available to you. Okay, if I open a new terminal and log in as another user, there is another user Alex. So the server is same, which is a CentOS, but the user is different, which is the Alex. If I try echo $myvar, it gives me no result. And also, if I show you the content of the file, which is maybe using the cat command and .bash_profile, so there is nothing. All right, so let's see how we can set environment variable permanently for all the users. Let's say you are working as a system admin and you are managing the whole server, and now you want to create an environment variable which must be available to all the users. You can simply set the variable inside the etc profile file. Okay, let's see this file first. I will use less command, etc and profile. Okay, so this is the content of the file, and similar to the bash profile, we can simply add the environment variable at the last of this, at the end of this file actually. Okay, now let's try to edit this file, vi etc profile. Okay, so here is one catch. So it is showing me as the read only file, and of course it is also important for the security purpose, because you are about to making changes on the global level, and which is applicable to the whole server. So this means you must have the sudo or the admin permission for that. Either you are logged in as the root user, or maybe you can use the sudo access, sudo vi etc profile. Okay, and it will ask me for the password. That's it. Okay, and at the very end of this file I will just start editing, and let's add our environment variable export, and I am giving the name as globe var, means the global variable, and the value like this, escape colon wq to save it. Okay, you can also verify again using the less command and read it. Okay, so at the end our entry is still there. Okay, that's it. If I check using the echo command, it will not give me any result, because we know we have to use the source command to apply it immediately. Okay, so source etc profile, that's it. And again, if I check using echo, it gives me the result. So now let's check if it is available for all the users. So I will open a new tab or new terminal, and here I will log in as a Alex user, Alex. So this is the Alex user, echo dollar globe underscore var, enter. So yes, this environment variable is present and available for both the user, which is Paul or Alex, and maybe if there are more users, it will be available. So yes, this environment variable is available to all the users. Okay, so when we unset the global variable like this, so it will be unavailable only for the current shell. Okay, so just keep the note. So it is not present currently, right? But if I open a new terminal and log in again as a Paul user, Paul, and again check echo dollar globe var, I can still see my global variable value. Okay, so this is how it works. So it will not impact the other user or other shell, and it will be always available whenever you log in again in the new terminal. I hope now you understood what are environment variables, how to set, and what are their scope and its type.